All right. Hey guys, it's Ava and
Davis.
Master Davis. And we are the founders of Fight Club LA on TikTok.
Top.
TikTok, the hottest thing out right now. And we were just discussing this, what everyone says. Oh, like everyone's on it. It's a waste of time. People, I mean, there's even a freaking timer on that thing. When you download it, there's a timer on that thing that has an auto shut of like, after you're there for 2 hours, it closes down. That's how
Right.
infectious it is.
Right. For the people who are hooked on it.
Yeah, and you know what that tells me? It is a powerful tool. And people
Right.
might think it's silly. Oh, it's another app. Oh, it's a blah, blah, blah. But I mean, 2020, I feel like is a very, very impactful year because we felt, God, Kobe, I never would have thought one person would have affected. I'm not even a basketball person. That really hit me hard and it affected people globally. And then now the coronavirus, which is, shoot, I mean, look, we're doing
Yeah.
this via Zoom because of our current situation right now.
Right. It's too much too fast.
Too much, too fast, and it's just April the 5th, and we've been
Yeah.
through all that. And so when people say like, okay, and now more than ever, by default, even more people are on TikTok now that they have free time, they're isolated, they can't go out.
Yeah.
And people are saying it's silly or a waste of time, but in reality, it's making us feel all connected globally, whether you're in Italy. I mean, we've seen very compelling videos on TikTok from Italy or Philippines or wherever you are. We could feel like, oh my God, we're still human. We could giggle about a broom challenge, a push-up challenge, a plank challenge. You could, a giggle, a smile, a laugh goes a long way. And when everyone is going through such a heavy, unpredictable time, it's really impactful, and it could really, I mean, when I wake up and I and I see, because we share the Fight Club LA platform, and when I wake up and I see here's a new upload, it really makes my day, and it kind of sets up the stage for how I filter the rest of the day. And when you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, it affects you. And when you wake up and you're able to giggle about something, I mean, let's face it, you wake up, you pick up your alarm rings, or you pick up your phone, and then you get an alert and you look at it, and it could really make or break your day. It's impactful.
Right. See how powerful that few seconds of content is? Super powerful. And granted, like people have that attitude about TikTok for a good reason. Like there are a lot of negative content or maybe content that is a waste of energy and time. But because there are content like that out there, I feel like it's our job to put in some positive content and some good material for people to be inspired or make their day also.
Because what's the audience on TikTok?
Right, because most of the audience is actually the younger generation.
The younger generation, the generation that is still impressionable, the ones that are forming their opinions about everything, the world, in a shaky time like this, we can still influence them in a positive way. And that's the message we want to bring with Fight Club LA. We both, you hear Fight Club LA and you might have thoughts that rush through your mind, but yeah, we want to grab your attention with that name. But really what it stems down from is martial arts, and it has really impacted me. My mom put me in martial arts at a young age. I was a very, very skinny, frail kid, and I was shy. I was pretty much mute. Okay, I know, with my loud projecting voice, it's hard to believe that. But she put me in martial arts. I was literally mute. The teachers would tell my parents that I do not talk in class, and it was true. Up until 11, she put me in martial arts. and I blossomed. I got confidence. I learned self-discipline. I learned what my body was capable of. I saw visually myself progress in a skill that I was proud of. Not only do I see it in like my performance, but you could literally look down at a belt level and feel the progression and feel good about it. And that's something I took with me as I got older. It's something I took pride in. I swear I walk in a room and I feel, oh, you know, like you feel that you are a fighter. And that mentality
Right.
goes a long way in everything, because just it doesn't mean you're a fighter physically. God, what I went through to get that black belt, it makes you realize what you're capable of. And what does Musa stand for, Davis? Because
Well,
Davis the Musa.
interestingly enough, funny you asked, Musa in Korean means warrior.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone has their own battles. So it's up to you how you fight these battles. You know, you could be negative about it, or you could have the right attitude. And I feel like during this time, especially like right now, it's really changing a lot of people's attitude towards about things. A lot of it in a very negative way. But then there are a lot of people who are taking this and really like learning from it, or turning it around and bringing something positive out of it. And we were discussing how consistent our attitudes have been before this pandemic and right now, and how consistent our personalities are. But I think for me, I've learned that because of martial arts, I think that's probably the reason why I'm so consistent with my attitude towards things. Because in martial arts, when you're learning self-defense, you actually have to learn how to adapt to the situation. You know, if somebody's punching you, you can't always block the punch. Sometimes you just gotta like roll with the punch. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to go with the situation, and you gotta learn how to adapt, and you gotta learn how to adapt quick. Otherwise, it could mean it's your life. Your life is on the line. So to develop that skill is something that you have to train for and really like develop. You don't learn this, you develop this skill throughout a long period of time. And I think, in my opinion, that's the reason why I have this kind of attitude. Like when we were talking about how our attitude towards things are still very consistent, is because no matter what is going on, it's gonna happen. It's life. It's up to you to really like adapt to it or not. You know, you could let it affect you in a negative way, or you could use it to your advantage. And a lot of martial arts techniques is using the other person's energy against them. So you're using that towards your advantage. So unknowingly, that's just how I've been living my life most of the time. And I didn't really realize it until like I was a lot older, until I was able to like reflect back on my life and really like analyze why I am the way I am. But I have the martial arts to thank for that. And
Wow.
if we put out these like little few seconds of martial art content that may or may not have a positive influence on somebody, if it does have a positive influence on them, maybe it's like an awareness for them to seek out martial arts training and then learn the values that I did and that you did, that could help them for the rest of their life. And because it's such a young audience, this is one of the best times right now when things are like this to try to reach out to people, because they might need this kind of positivity.
All right, Davis, like when you were talking, I had so many epiphanies. For example, for us individually, you know, well, together, you said it's a mindset, and that's what has kept us even keeled through everything. Also, what I just realized when you were talking, I go by Ava. Alpha vibrations always. You go by on your social media, Davis the Musa. So we go by this mentality, and we see it and we're exposed to it daily. And what it really comes down to, whether mine is Alpha and yours is Musa, it's that fighter warrior mentality. So whatever the acronym is, fighter, warrior, champion, athlete, those are all powerful words that we take with us and we internalize and we bring with us. So, you know, when a parent sees an Insta or a TikTok, or Instagram the works, called FightClubLA, you might think, oh, is it violent? Is it that or that? No. FightClubLA, it's all about having that fighter mentality through everything.
Right.
So fighter, champion, athlete. As a martial artist, growing up, I always thought of myself as an athlete, and I brought that mentality in everything I did. And same with Davis, just to give Master Davis's background, martial arts has been part of your life for how many years?
Almost my whole life.
Almost his whole life. And for over 7 years, he's been teaching a new generation of people, children, everyone of all ages, this martial arts. Now we have a platform like TikTok, which is very powerful. And you know, it's one thing to be able to teach generations in your community, but if we could inspire people in a greater platform internationally, through when they're most susceptible to different thoughts during what we're all going through, then so be it. So the content that we want to bring is empowering, fun, strengthening, and in these little 15 to 30 second clips, we want to ingrain to people, you are a warrior, you are a fighter. I mean, it might sound silly, but when they do what Master Davis doing nunchucks and they feel good, they feel accomplished that day. And when I rewatch it, I'm like, oh my God, that when that guy duetted you, that made my day for like 4 hours. when they get it to a T. And you know, that's a skill. Like that's something someone checked off. I mean, even between me and Master Davis, when I'm copying his thing, and mind you, it takes me hours. And when I finally do it, even if it's not to a T, like that guy did it to a T. The guy that duetted him did it to a T. I don't do it to a T, but then when I end my mark, right when he ends his mark, I feel good. I am posting it on Facebook. I am posting it on Instagram. And he brought out my inner warrior or my inner Musa or my inner fighter. And things that healthy things to build on during this quarantine, that mentality that, you know, we all have it in us. Also, people are getting bored, they're getting depressed, they're getting emotional, being cooped up. There are skills you could build on right now. This isn't a jail.
Like I said, and like you said, somebody who has a fighter mentality, it's because everyone has their own battles to fight. We don't know what it is. They could be battling depression. They could be battling substance abuse. They could be battling abuse from somebody else. We don't know. Everyone has their own battles. So if we could teach them how to navigate through those times with a better attitude, it might help.
So that's, oh God, really well said. So that's exactly our mission with FightClubLA. With these 15 to 30 minute clips, we want people to feel, well, one, we want them to be entertained and laugh and make people smile.
30-second clips, you mean?
Or what?
15 to 30-second clips, you mean?
Did I say minute?
I mean, eventually maybe we could do something where it's 30 minutes, like a tutorial or something.
But exactly, guys. But for now, with our 15 to 30-second clips, we want to start by first like changing people's energy, to making people feel accomplished. But then the greater message that we want to bring is we want to spread that fighter mentality. And if this is the platform to do it, to you know, bring that vibe to as many people as possible, you know, we want to empower people in that way. So we're really excited to bring you content and material, and we're excited for all of you to do the same, because with this platform you could duet us, and we could actually spread this positive movement together.
Yep.
So watch out for our content. follow us. I'm gonna put a link here. And we'd love to see you out there giving us ideas. We feed off each other for our content, and we feed off what we see out there. So let's continue to inspire each other and spread the movement, good energy, and the fighter mentality through all these times. So thank you, Master Davis. Thank you, everybody. And we'll see you out there, guys. We'll see you out there, fighters. Bye.
Bye.